Welcome back to another Severance Season 2 theory video. You got Dan, Jules, and we have a special guest, Kizenbell from our Discord. Welcome to the show. We're going to have a lot of cool, fun theories for this one. We did an extra one for this week because that last episode was just so much to take in. And the next one's probably going to be even crazier. So we got to get through this stuff together. So I'm going to kick it off with a tweet that Xander found on Twitter. So Xander found this on Twitter, but someone found it on Reddit. So Club Helena says, someone on Reddit noticed that Helly's chip ID is the one that appears on the Cold Harbor file. And if you read the pictures, here's the one. It says Helly, Division, MDR, ID number 109-827-2938, Section A1. The other picture is the file of Cold Harbor. It's at 96%. And you see the number 109-827-2938. So, are they trying to put Helly into Gemma or Gemma into Helly? What the hell does that mean? Why would the IDs match up? Anything there?
One, why were you talking like that?
You don't say affirmative or something like that.
And two, two, how do people pick this stuff up? I don't get it.
It's crazy.
I'm thankful for them.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, because I would have to watch this minimum 8 times or 2 times on point, like 0.00025 speed. 0.005.
So Xander's theory is, what if Helly is going to take over Gemma's body? I don't see it going that route, but it is weird that they're having the number show up on that file. It's strange.
Listen, I'm just saying, it would solve Mark's love life problem.
It would. Yeah.
Kind of. Obviously, he'd still want Gemma's personality, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess, right?
Put both of his loves into one person?
Oh, hell, Ricky, I was high when I said that. I mean, that doesn't make any sense at all.
Both of their loves are in one person.
With the intro to the Severance, like the theme song type thing with the little animations, it has Helly and Gemma. It's like bouncing back and forth between them, like in the elevator. So, I mean, maybe there's some kind of like truth to combining, but I don't know. I don't think it would be like Helly going into Gemma's body type thing, because I don't, I still think she wants her own, but maybe taking Gemma's innies from, so she doesn't have to deal with the traumas. I don't know. Or, maybe the testing, calming her tempers and equaling everything out.
Yeah, I can't imagine Helena giving up her body. And it's like a weird thing to go from like a perfectly okay body to another perfectly okay body, or similar age at least.
That she's an Egan, like, you
would want to keep your Egan face.
Yeah, you'd want to keep that. Yeah,
person.
Yeah. So I don't see it. I don't know why they would do that. What do you guys think? Let us know down below. Why would they have the same ID number?
I don't know. Never mind.
All right, Kiz, you can read the next one.
Okay, here's a comment from Gore Smith. I really love this one. It says, my theory is that Miss Huang was grown by Lumon. If the first severed office opened 12 years ago and Miss Huang looks around 12 years old, no way that's a coincidence. The kids' facial expressions are robotic.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I meant to include it in the last one, and then he reminded me in the comment section. I forgot. So,
what?
Yeah, that's super good. I love it. I absolutely love it. It could be true. Now, the real actress, Sarah Bach, she's 18, but she does look like she's 12 or 13. So,
very young.
The timing matches up. If they're trying to have her play a character that's 12 or 13 years old, it makes sense. So she could be like that first experiment. Jules, you sound like your mind's blown.
It is. Mr. Smith, truly, hats off. Not this one, though. I'm not going to take this one off. I never would have paralleled that, to be honest. I kind of forgot that she was even part of the equation. I guess because we haven't seen her in a couple episodes. I wasn't really considering her in like to be really an important like piece in what's going on. So I think that'd be pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah, and I think she is important because people have mentioned that she's trying to take Milchick's job, that she
Yeah.
she ratted on him for using big words. So she's trying to like be that thorn in his side, and he's turning. You know, his speech saying "grow, grow, grow, grow." You can see he's turning. He's gonna flip, and he's gonna be on the side
Yeah.
of the MDR refiners eventually. So I see that happening.
Yeah.
So
And
I
like
love this one.
all of that could be a product of the environment. I mean, Lumen kind of like shapes people like that, but if this little girl's homegrown, I mean, it's ingrained in her DNA, so it makes sense that she'd be like a little tattletale.
Yeah, right. Honestly,
Well,
yeah, for real.
we know that Miss Cobell was kind of like raised with Lumen. I think she went to like that school. It was like an
Yeah, she
Egan
did.
school or whatever it was.
Yep, she did.
But like Milchick, he, we haven't heard that he was, but he also like he holds himself differently than most people do, and he also talks differently than most people do, just like most of the Egans and stuff like that. It's like, are they all raised by the Egan like school, and so they don't need the chip because they're already brainwashed, and that's why they're trying to sever these people. But then Miss Huang, she kind of has the same like the way she acts, but she doesn't talk like them. She doesn't talk like
Yeah.
the Kier Bible, you know?
Yeah, she's
So
different. Yeah.
maybe she is grown like from them where they made it where it's a more modern version. But
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm like, they're just like right now. It's like, so I was like, it was like.
Wild theory of the episode. Miss Huang is Cobell's kid.
Oh, God! No, God, please, no!
Oh gosh.
Oh shit.
Literally less than 0% chance of that being correct.
But life finds a way.
But
Yeah.
There was
It's-
people in the
it'd be
comment
great.
section saying she was Gemma's kid, but the timing wouldn't work out.
Finds a way.
Gemma hasn't been there that long, so
no.
it just doesn't work out.
I mean, unless they like can find a way to speed that shit up.
Or if Gemma was married beforehand, I don't know.
All right, now the next one is a theory and then a response to the theory. Right?
All right, so this is from Mana Banana. Not gonna lie, watching this just made me think how they had her memories, and I think I know how. The weird little mustache guy Devin mentions is probably Maurer as a therapist talking to Mark about his grief before recruiting him. Quote me on this later, please.
We did
And I
quote
have
you.
a feeling we will have to. Yeah.
Yeah, and guess what? I think you're right because we did spot in our last theory video that Dr. Maurer was at the IBF clinic. That's a fact. It was definitely him. Upon further review, everyone agreed in the comment section he was definitely there. So I think him also being the therapist is also right. And he was eyeing up Gemma for quite some time before they actually recruited her. I think that is a fact. So I
Yeah.
think you're right. Yeah, I think you're spot
And
on.
honestly, the whole like Gemma as a therapist, like repeating these facts back to them, I think is a foreshadowing of that.
Yeah, sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. I like that too. Kiz, you agree?
I mean, I feel like, yeah, Lumen is pretty much dipped into everything.
What a better way to get like open, honest answers from people, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. All right, great comment there. That was awesome. Yeah. All right. Next up, we got these from Reddit. Kiz and Bell found these. Okay. So this is from Food Feeds Me. Feeds me too. Is Miss Casey the refined Gemma? So Miss Casey obviously seems to function slightly differently than the Gemma personalities on the testing floor. Even the submissive Gemma in Wellington room shows emotion and cries in the dentist chair. However, Miss Casey, for the most part, seems to almost be Gemma minus all the tempers. Though she is clearly not 100% refined, you could say, because she questions certain things, such as in the last episode, where she almost protests for more information as Milchick sends her back to the testing floor, and when she admits to Mark that she has had the best time being with them in MDR, could it be that the different rooms evoking different emotions / tempers on the testing floor are used to essentially outline what it is to be extracted out of the original Gemma consciousness to create a being that is devoid of all human emotion or fault? finally taming the tempers for lack of better terms. Maybe this is the ideal image of humanity that Kier had envisioned. Even the whole idea of extraction is visually supported in the way MDR refined their data. They quite literally excise the emotion evoking numbers out the data set. What do you guys think? So what do you guys think?
It kind of combines a couple things that we had been talking about in the last theory video, where it's like it's really like it's Gemma's personality that's being refined, but they
Yeah.
are using like actual real life like traumatic situations, but they're situations that maybe like former Egan women went through, and that's how they're able to, kind of use those as a baseline because they
Yeah.
know, they have like firsthand accounts basically.
They're definitely different. I mean, Miss Casey is almost robotic, right? She's very by the book, enjoy each fact equally, the shit she would say. And she would never say something like, it's always Christmas. She would never have a snapback like that, like her other personalities did. So it's very well thought out. And I think this is probably true. I'm on their side.
Her innie is just like Gemma, but stripped of all the tempers. I like
Yeah.
that a lot.
Yeah, it's well said and well thought out.
With I felt like I really like this because of the whole tempers when they've been saying it numerous times of taming the tempers, which if you make everything equal, so they will be kind of like robotic. And I heard that I read some other stuff. They were saying, like when they were doing the refining process, how it does show malice, flow, frolic, whatever, the 4 different emotions, but there's 5 bins. And I saw somebody say that the 5 bins are like for 5 brain waves. So it's separating each of those emotions into different brain waves, which I thought was really cool.
Lot. See, like I never would have fucking thought of that
Yeah.
ever in my life.
Well, that's the fun of shows like Severance and From. There's just so much, right? Where every person's gonna find something new. It's like, well, did you think of it this way? What about this?
Right. And that's
it's
why I love doing
endless.
this.
Yeah,
I do
yeah,
feel
yeah.
kind of dumb because I usually don't ever guess anything right. But like you guys
You
are
got
so
the cookie.
smart and I love hearing all these things.
What did she get?
Which
She got the cookies. Remember?
Oh.
Dan, can we get some merch made, please?
Jules got the cookies right.
Because you demanded it.
Jules got the cookies.
She's the cookie monster. Okay, so I saw this Reddit theory from Kiwi. It's called Lumon's Ultimate Promise. Had this thought while discussing with a friend, but can't wait to be proven wrong on Friday anyway. I believe there's still the reveal to come of Lumon having developed the ability of putting a brain that lives in the cloud. That conversation at the dinner table about heaven and your innie having a separate soul living on still will come into play, but it's not like Christian heaven that Lumon is promising. Rather, the eternal life of your consciousness being uploaded, like I think is what has happened with the board. I believe Cold Harbor is a death room and will be about the ultimate painlessness of having no reaction to the death of a loved one since they aren't really gone. If Lumon could promise that to the public, it's even more than Christianity promised being the beginning of eternal life because Lumon makes eternal life tangible if they can copy your consciousness. I think the final episode of the season will end on the cliffhanger of Mark watching Gemma be killed in the Cold Harbor room with Lumon not realizing he's being reintegrated.
Oh, that would be brutal.
I love everything about this.
That would be so sad if you witnessed her get killed though. Could you stomach that?
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't love that part, but like
everything else.
theory-wise, love
It's
it.
a great theory. It is a great theory.
Also, can I just point out symbolism with like Christianity, the water drop, the holy water? Come on.
Christ didn't come to earth to give us the willies.
I heard
Yeah.
somebody say that it's a blood drop.
Ooh, I like that.
Like they were taking blood at
I was gonna say, yeah, because
college
they're giving
and
blood, yeah.
they, test your blood for stuff. So,
Yeah.
Could be either.
All right, now there's a response to this also on Reddit, and they take it a step further. So let's get into that, and then we'll break it all the way down.
This is from user Ferretti from. I like your theory. I'll take it a step further. I believe that the board are the deceased members of the Egan family with their consciousnesses already uploaded to the Lumon cloud. This process is known as the revolving. But Lumon's ultimate goal isn't this disembodied version of consciousness. It's true immortality, for you to eventually be able to live in another's body and for the process to repeat, granting eternal youth. This is where the goats come in. They're testing the process of moving one's consciousness to another's body by moving the goats into human bodies. That's who the weird goat people are in Mammalia's nurturing. That's who the weird goat people in Mammalia's nurturing were. Goat brains in human bodies. Once Lumon perfects this technology, they'll be able to give all the Egans new bodies, allowing them to live in perpetuity.
And then Keegan says 100% agree. This is where my mind's been going as well. Very Get Out style.
Get out.
Wow. That is so good.
I really like this, taking just like the little bits that I could not figure out how to put together. I couldn't figure out. I had a feeling the goats had something to do with that process.
What's gonna happen again?
But I wasn't thinking about them like transferring from goat to human. I was just thinking they were just like trying like the severed process on them.
This is the best goat theory I've heard so far.
Well, I just think
For sure.
It will make the wait to figure out what's going on with the goats well worth it.
Yeah. What about you, Kiz? Are you on board with this one?
I love it, of course. But also too, like with the goats, there's just so much with them. Like it would be cool if they are doing that testing stuff with the goats to kind of see. But also too, like, there's that theme of like birth and like pregnancy and children. And like goats, they are symbol of fertility. And also too, a young goat is called a kid. Like I really hope the whole like kid and kid symbolism and this whole severance thing, I hope it's not just we just want to implant these chips into children.
Oh, somebody please think of the children!
Because I feel like that was done. I don't know if you guys watch Black Mirror.
Yeah, I love Black Mirror. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you know that one episode where like the mom has the little like iPad type thing with the kid. And
Yeah.
so she can control everything that they see so they don't see traumatic experiences and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like, I hope this isn't that because I feel like it would just be a retelling of that episode.
I'm wondering if the kid symbolism is them trying to figure out how to put the Egan's consciousness into a child's body.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking that too. But also, I could see them wanting to just have a full grown body so they can just pick up where they left off,
There are always advantages to being able to implant someone's consciousness into a different age.
What an odd thing to say.
Yes. Like, go on.
I mean, I don't know where to start with that speculation, but like imagine being able to go into situations where it's like normal to be that age, but have all of the knowledge that you have as an adult.
Yeah.
Like some serious espionage shit could be going on.
Yeah. That's true. Okay. All right. So I'm with both sides. I could see that. But I love the goat part, man. Testing the process of moving one's consciousness into another body by moving goats into human bodies. And that could explain why those people are so weird in that wing.
See, that's the part that gets me. I like that a lot because I just assumed it's because they were the goat people.
Yeah,
They
right.
just
And
spent
they're
all
stuck
the
there.
time with goats.
The one guy, like, is in a full-blown, like, goat suit.
Goat suit. Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
So he's
So that would
playing
make
a
a
goat.
hell of a lot of sense.
Yeah, I definitely would. I love it. All right. So before we wrap up, Kizenbell found a theory that she really wants to talk about. So what do we got?
So I saw this theory. It's all about Gemma. I've been obsessed with Gemma. But it was saying that they were using possibly the chip to create almost like a Siri, but it's like a Gemma as an innie, so that it's not your own innie that's experiencing the things. It's like your Gemma is experience all the traumatic
Mm.
so you don't have to experience any trauma yourself. It's the Gemma that's doing it.
Yeah. Well, that goes
Which is
along
kind
with
of
the
interesting.
that's
And
the
that makes
senator's
sense. That makes
that's the
sense because she's a therapist.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But that's
like
all
she's the one processing it and just like spits out the emotions like a computer.
Love? Who's been screwing with this thing?
See ya, yeah. And that goes along with the senator's wife being severed during pregnancy. She didn't want to do the pregnancy part. She just wanted the kid. So that goes with
I
that.
wonder if we'll see Gemma do like a room on the testing floor where she's giving birth.
Oh my God.
That would be very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
mean,
think that the old chips were just like a sever for only one situation, like the work-life balance and then like the giving birth life balance. And I think Gemma is kind of like the chip that it could be for any situation. So it's multiple innies. I think that's why she's like the newer version or something they're testing for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, Cold Harbor is supposed to be the biggest accomplishment in the history on this planet, right? So we're going to see that. If you guys don't want to know the final episode title, close your ears. The final episode title of this season is Cold Harbor. So we're going to get that resolution by the end of the season, and it's going to blow everyone's minds. I mean, the season finale last year, 9.7 on IMDb. This year might even be better. So that's what we get to look forward to. How good we have to realize how good this show is and really take it in week by week. And I'm so happy that it's not put it all out at once and you get to absorb it, right? It's
I agree.
Perfect type of show. I mean, it's a masterpiece. It's so fun to think about week in and week out. And I'm so sad that it's almost over, but I'm also excited to find out what happens. You know what I mean?
I just hope we don't have to wait as long till the next
Yeah.
season.
Oh my God. Yeah. No 3 years.
Okay. I will say this though. Like normally a show's first season, when you really love it, the second season comes and you're like, oh, I still love it, but it wasn't as good as that first season. This one has been killing it. And I would have rather that they waited the 3 years for this than throwing something like crappy out. Next year just to have it out,
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say it's better. Season 2 is better than season 1.
We're getting into like the meat of it.
Right. Yeah. Season 1 was so much great setup and, it was amazing. Don't get me wrong, but this is just taking it to another level. And episode 7 was just like, Jessica Lee Gagne, her first time directing as she's the cinematographer of the show, says, hey, I'm going to direct an episode. And just what? And now, did you guys see? She said in an interview, she's like, yeah, I think I want to direct more now. I think I found my calling.
Good.
Like, you
Good.
think?
She, the cinematography, for whoever made fun of the way I said it last video. The cinematography. See, I'm gonna say it again. The cinematography in this show is just like breathtaking, truly.
Yeah.
And like I don't know much about it, but I've had to I've said this probably in every video. I've had to rewind just to watch like scenes again because they're just beautiful to watch.
Yeah. And the shot of when they were going down through the wires down to the other floor, that was practical. That wasn't CGI. They somehow filmed through cables. I don't know how they did that, but they did.
What?
Yeah, that was real.
Someone posted it on Reddit that it was actually that actually happened. It wasn't CGI.
Yeah, that was real. So insane. Next level. I mean, that could be an explanation of what took so long, but of course they weren't filming for 3 years straight, obviously. Yeah. But hopefully we get the next season in like a year and a half. I'm good with that. I'm good with a year and a half. But so good. All right, we have 3 episodes left, guys. 8, 9, and 10. So a couple more theory videos left, and get your theories in now. What do you guys think's happening? Do you agree with these theories? Do you disagree with these theories? Let us know in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Kizabel, this Discord member, for coming back on the show. Thank you so much. And we will see you guys next time. Later.
Bye, guys.